I'm Officer Burt, I'm the MPO for the area. That does not mean I'm the beat officer, that's a different thing. Your beat officer is the officer that's out here patrolling your neighborhood and taking calls. I'm the liaisons between the citizens in your area and the police department. That's basically an 8 to 4, Monday through Friday position. Because the patrol officers are so overwhelmed and we're so short on officers, they do push stuff my way like parking violations and stuff like that that can be handled not urgently. I usually take in some parking violations and stuff, and I'll pile them up, and once a week I'll come out here and drive through and address them all at one time. But what I do is I'm the only person in the city that reviews and reads every report that comes out of your neighborhood. It's not the only neighborhood I have. I have 30 HOAs in my area, and including Presidio Town Crossing. I basically have everything south of Golden Triangle, west of 35, north of Western Center, and then Blue Mound this way. So it's a very large area. There's a lot of hundreds of businesses there. There's tons of HOAs. I do the same thing for all of them. But literally, if I went to just visit each business in my beat, it would take me a year to visit each one of them one time. So there is a lot of area there. But what I do is I give you a person to call, and I keep my cell phone on me, and I have a card available if you want to write down the number. It's 817-991-8465. I'm not the person to call if you need an officer to rush to your house to stop the guy that jumped in your backyard, okay? Because I might be taking that call. I might be out of town. I might be off work. It might be past 4. There's no telling what it is, but what I'm there for is so that you can at any time get an officer on the phone when you have a problem, you can't get resolved, you don't understand what's going on, or you need information that you don't have. And I make that available to you. And I try to answer it even in the middle of the night. I get up, I sound sleepy, it's because I'm waking up and I'm answering the phone to try to get you some help if you need it. That's the liaison part, okay? So if it's not in the hours of 8 to 4, I'm still going to try to answer that unless something's preventing you from doing it, maybe dealing with something else. But feel free to call me if it's an urgent issue and you need it addressed. Like, I like to give this example. I had a neighbor who was having a teen party in the house next to him that was going on Friday night. Started Friday night, it was into Saturday, and now it was Sunday, and they'd literally wrecked cars on the street. He'd called in 4 times, and they were still partying this whole time, drinking beer cans all in, and he had not gotten a police response out after over 48 hours. And that's unacceptable. You know, that's you need to be calling your liaisons and figuring out who's dropping the ball here and why is it getting dropped, and we need to get it fixed. And the way we're going to remedy it as a community is you, the good citizens in the community, are going to have to get involved. And you're going to have to make us as efficient as possible. There's nobody that knows your neighborhood better than you do. There's nobody that understands what should be there or shouldn't be there better than you do. And Code Blue members who are patrolling their neighborhood are far more effective in getting us from one problem to the next problem in as short a time as possible, okay? And if you're out there being the eyes and ears, that's what it allows us to do, and it's proven. The city of Fort Worth has a historic Code Blue program. I've actually given tours from people from European countries that come in and want to understand it, because in the 1990s, this was one of the highest crime cities in the nation. It's off the charts. And the thing that changed is the Code Blue program was introduced, and the citizens got involved and took back their streets. And Crime Watch is something a little different, okay? You're not in a uniform, you don't have a police radio, right? You haven't been through the training. But you and your neighbors on your street are organized and mindful of crime, and you're taking a stand on your street and organizing yourself in a way that your street, or basically the streets and neighborhoods around your house are safer. And here's what I mean. So let's say that you all have a dog, and y'all walk the dog 1 hour a day, right? Well, if y'all all walk the same hour of the day, then y'all might be out walking your dog and watching the street 1 hour of the day. But if you all organized, and you walk for an hour, and then you come out and walk the next hour, and you come out and walk the next hour, y'all would now have 3 hours of coverage on your street, where you have an adult out there watching, a good citizen out there watching, paying attention, trying to see what's happening. You know, there's an amazing amount of crime that happens that nobody ever sees, even though they're right there and it happened right in front of them. Well, why didn't they see it? Well, they didn't see it because they weren't paying attention. Crime Watch allows y'all to meet periodically according to your own group's needs and know what's happening in your neighborhood. Y'all meet and talk about it. You get some training. Rosalinda coordinates those Crime Watch meetings, and she does a great job of bringing in special training to teach you different things that are crime related and safety related. And y'all got a good community. I mean, y'all are a good group of people, and y'all have a lot to protect here, because here's what happens when the criminal element starts moving in, and they don't have to live here. And oftentimes they don't. They come in shopping just like someone would shop at a grocery store, okay? And they're looking for property, and you have property. You're working people that's making money and buying property. And as a result, they're looking for property to take, and you're the people that have the property to take. But if they come here and they get 15 guns out of unlocked cars in one night, which happens in Northside, do they come back? Oh yeah, they do. That's a jackpot, right? Now, what are they doing after they get those 15 guns out of one neighborhood, out of a bunch of unlocked cars, out of a bunch of irresponsible gun owners' cars in one night? They tell their friends, we got all these guns. These people are leaving laptops, they're leaving purses, they're leaving their car unlocked. They feel safe. We got a ton of stuff to get. And then they bring their 10 friends back, and they do it again. Your neighborhood has took off running with the flock camera system. I heard y'all mention it earlier. I don't know another system. I'm sure they're out there. The only one we work with right now is the flock system. It's Fort Worth Police Department. And they just have the technology, and they've linked arms with us so that we can benefit from those cameras. And the Ring doorbell cameras, if you don't have, they're cheap now. If you don't have them on your house, I mean, we literally one night, not too long ago, and this has happened multiple times since y'all got the flock cameras, I was on another detail with Code Blue members patrolling another area north of here, and I have your flock cameras are linked to my cell phone. So I was out there, and bing, 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 a stolen car went through your flock cameras. Yeah, it instantly alerted me. I was in charge of the detail. I sent 2 officers ahead while I reorganized the group, and we relocated to here. He passed the car. They all bailed out. We called all 3 of them. They were from another side of town in a stolen vehicle. They were coming out there with empty backpacks ready to take your neighborhood to the cleaners. We called all 3 of them, okay? But we had almost everything they did, from the flock cameras to your neighborhood Ring cameras, which those homeowners voluntarily give us access to that footage, and we can't take it. They have to tell us they have it, and they have to give us access to it. But we got all of it on camera, from them bailing out of the car to everything, because you were covered that way.